All right, I think I'm live, but I'm not really sure. Not really sure. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, that's interesting. It's another Sunday. It's another Sunday, and I am grateful for the Lord. Jesus, please protect me, protect the stream, protect the people in the stream. I'll reverse that order. Protect the people in the stream, then protect the stream, then protect me, please. Thank you, Jesus, so much for everything that you've done for me, and it feels so good to it feels so good to be free, to be to know what's gonna happen. Ciao, hey, ciao. It's good to see you. I'm used to AJ Blunt being first, and but I do see you on Sundays, and I'm glad. I'm glad that you're here early. Yay! Wow, this is already starting off good. I know that you're in the UK. Here we go again. I um I sleep weird hours, and so I'm like compatible to UK people. You know what I mean? Like I sleep weird hours. Well, there's many reasons for that, and but it's always nice to talk to you, and I'm glad that oh, okay, Sheila. Because a lot of times people don't know that you're a female, and then it's like, people. Sometimes I think it's good to distinguish that because sometimes people could be pretty rude online, to people. My body clock is definitely turned around. Like there's a like I'll sleep like 2 hours and then I'll sleep, I'll be awake for 3 hours, then I'll sleep like an hour, and then but I'll tell you what, like when I have dreams, right, they are they always got to be interpreted, but because they're never like straightforward, right? But it's always about, well, no, I wouldn't say always. Sometimes it's about friends and like what they should do. Like it's pretty. I had a weird one last night because I fell asleep in a way where I kind of put my arms like behind the couch and like tried to stretch my neck and stretch my neck back, and my arms were like, I don't know. I was in a weird position. If you can picture that, my arms were behind the couch, and my neck was back, and I was like stretching out, right? And I fell asleep like that. And when I woke up, I was in pain from circulation stopping in my hands and my feet. Like I was in so much like it was so uncomfortable. And in my dream it was uncomfortable, um but when I woke up, man, it was just ferocious, just ferocious. But anyway, I wish I could talk about the dream, but it was kind of like a just an odd dream that I normally wouldn't talk that way, you know. But yeah, I haven't been able to let me switch this from top chat to live chat so I don't miss any um um messages. I know that BB Truth told me to do that, and I forgot one time, but I did it yesterday, and you'd be surprised how many more messages you see. So it could be unclear, like if somebody was, like you think acting out in the chat or something, but like there could be more to it, and you don't see it, you know. And I'll tell you, there were the other day, like I had to ban people so fast, right? Because the really it sucks that like maybe it was unfair to some people that maybe didn't do anything like technically wrong, but I mean any reasonable person would understand that like I had to maintain the stream. I had to maintain my what I was talking about like without stumbling, right? I had to maintain protection for the group. I mean, there's a lot of variables, and things were coming at me pretty fast. And so, if somebody got banned or whatever, and they didn't do anything, then of course, I'm sorry about that. Especially if you've been lovely to me and I've been lovely to you or whatever, then whatever. I don't remember. I don't remember being mean to anybody. You know what I mean? That where it wasn't like where it wasn't like provoked. Not in a very long time. But who cares? I mean, yeah, biblically, I think that matters. I think in Proverbs, like there's like a string of proverbs that like I don't know that I think I like to read. You know what I mean? I like to read whenever I'm thinking about like um. Well, I'll probably read those later. But yeah, yeah, what says it? It says if you belong to the world, it would love you as its own. Okay, it would love you as its own as it is. You do not. What are you saying? I can't read what you said. Belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. That's right. Okay, so yeah, if you belong to the world, it would love you as its own, as it is. You do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. That is why the world hates you. John 15:19. That's exactly it. And once you know the truth, like once you start knowing these truth topics, right? Like you start learning flat Earth, you start learning, the things in Hollywood, right? Gender invert type deception, right? All these other deceptions, right? News, fakery, right? You start to realize that you are like you're not in the world, right? You're like and living it like as if all that stuff is real. You are kind of separate from it, like watching it like a movie. It's like a movie, you know, where to you when something comes out, right? It's like, wow, that's um well, to you right away, you're like, oh, that's not real, it's fake or whatever. And then um to the rest of the world, that's real. It's real to them, and so they're still living it. What's that Valiant one? Your keywords, right, right, like you know what I mean. Oh yeah, no, I haven't been able to fix that. I would like to do that. If somebody knows how to do that, then I would do that. We can deal with that after if you'd like. I have no idea what else. I don't know what you're talking about other than that, but I don't know. Anyway, hey Cindy, how you doing? Hey Ray of Sunshine. Hey, who else is here? Man, what a good group of people so far. Like, I'm just excited, excited, excited. I'm excited for what God has done for us. I mean, imagine like if we didn't have God in our lives, right? Well, yeah, I'm not a public. Yeah, yeah. Of course, I'm not a trained public speaker, and I don't like rehearse what I'm gonna say. Obviously, like everything's off the top of my head. I mean, hey, look, if you think it's easy to have one or two shows a day off the top of your head for an hour, and if you think you have that much interesting stuff to say, then go ahead. You know, I mean, maybe you can. I don't know. You know, but I'll tell you what, it's not. To me, it took me some time to learn. You know, and so if I make mistakes, whatever. I mean, I've been on channels where I've done my commentary absolutely for free for 8 hours at a time. You know, if you think you can talk for 8 hours and be interesting to people, then go ahead. You know, whatever. You know, but for me, I just do what God puts on my heart, and so I spend a pretty good amount of time thinking about what kind of message I want to put across without it being something that I feel is me trying to put my own personality on it for things I'm dealing with. I'm trying to put what's best for God out there so people could learn and see from real life, right? What's going on, right? I think that's important without putting my own uh, without trying to manipulate or anything like that, right? Like that's one thing, so hey, I think, whatever, I mean, I don't think I'm special at anything, but I think I do a nice job sometimes. So it is what it is. It's hard to take your personality and feelings and emotions out of things that are happening. I mean, it's hard to show restraint. I mean, it's like this world is inverted. People think that that it's weak when you stick with somebody and defend somebody that's hard to defend. You know, somebody that no one else is going to defend, right? It's that's hard. That takes some courage to stand up for that, right? Someone gets humiliated and shunned, right? It takes somebody uh, somebody has to stick up for that person, or that person's in very bad. I mean, a person by themselves is in very, very bad shape. I mean, we need to be we're social creatures. And so I don't mind being that person that has to defend somebody that's hard to defend. Whatever. I don't care. I mean, if people think that's weak, that's fine. But I stand up to any different kind of person that I don't know, whatever. I mean, so I don't know. It's inverted. I mean, it's what's weird is like the people that I want to see, like, not really. I wouldn't say it like that, but like a person who is trying to live for God will see that, and a person who's um, has no interest in living for God and wants to live for their own fleshy desires and emotions, right, won't see what I'm doing. So what's weird is that there's actually people that believe that I'm wrong, right, in a lot of things. But like it's weird because the group of people that I want to believe that I'm right, I guess they do. And so it's an inner knowing once you have the Holy Spirit in you that you have to show some restraint. You have to be tolerant to people, give people millions of chances, right? It's hard, right? Because in our flesh, we want to just cut people off and say, nah, man, you're not going to take advantage of me, man. Blah, 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 right? Well, I tolerate a lot of stuff. Maybe I should drop people sooner. But, sometimes you run into people you can't set boundaries with, and you're like, okay, well, I tried to like hint at this a few times because telling you you'd flip out. And so like, I'm trying to like make this as soft as possible, and then you put your foot down a little bit, and craziness happens. And if a person can't tell the difference between crazy and not crazy, right? Well, then I mean, you are where you need to be. Trust me. And so whatever. And so yeah, it. And there's also something in common I'm starting to notice with uh, people that leave a certain organization, right? It seems to be a lot of Jesus lovers getting the boot out of there. You know, seems like a lot of people that love Jesus. Uh, it seems to be a common denominator there that I've noticed for a while, right? And it's all good. I mean, who whatever. I mean, it'll happen again, and then there'll be a new guy, and put your arm around the new guy or whatever. Who cares, right? But you know, and I tried to tell Bob that that's how it is over there, because Bob runs a good organization, but it is what it is. So what do you guys want to talk about? I mean, I was gonna read some Proverbs, right? But what happened? Like, all I have is like an NIV Bible next to me, and what I forgot was is that I go on what do you call it? I can't go on Bible. Um, what do you call it? I can't go on the my Bible gateway on my phone while I'm streaming. And whoever's skyping me right now, I can't get Skype messages while I'm streaming either. So, but it is what it is. But yeah. So anyway, I don't know. There's always got to be haters up in the group. So yeah. Well, the world is sick. I mean, this is just the way the world is now. Like, the world is sick, right? The majority of the world wants to be sick. The majority of the world, uh, you know, what's crazy is that, like, it. This is what's disappointing is there's so many people in line to get this medicine right in their arm, right? I don't even know if any of those are you know algorithm words or whatever, but people don't check on anything, and people just go for the major majority thing, right? Thinking it's the right thing, and they're just like, I mean, straight up walking into the fire, and they're just not noticing the life saving thing, like. I mean, I feel so bad for people. Like, people think I like when I feel bad or that I hurt is that I hurt for me. I don't hurt for myself. I mean, yeah, nobody likes it, right? But it's like I don't hurt for myself. Like the amount of time I spend thinking about that is zero, right? Like, maybe like a couple minutes I thought about it. Um, I get a lot of text messages or whatever about it, but I bet you, right, that the other entity, like if there was an entity against me, hypothetically, right, they would be interested in like 100% of every minute of everything that I'm doing. And that should tell you something, right? That should tell you something. Is that and anybody interested in both sides, right? Like, that's great. I mean, look, if somebody wants to be a hater for the opposition and be here because it's just against what they're against, I mean, okay, you're going to be here for a little bit, but then you're going to leave, right? Because that's not what this channel's for, right? I mean, I definitely don't support haters of the other side, right? It's like the hate brought that here, not me. And so when the hate leaves, that'll leave too. And so I'm just here to talk about Jesus in the way it works in life, right? Like the way the Holy Spirit works in your life. And I don't know, like like mentally, right, and in an intelligence kind of way, like how it works. I just know how it's working right now, and it seems to be exactly the way it says in the Bible. Like, so, I mean, I'm just some regular guy that's going through just whatever, and it just seems like I got God's perfect comfort. Nothing's really affecting me. Like, like the people with discernment, with eyes to see and ears to hear, can see it. Um, if you don't have any discernment, uh, then I feel bad for you, a little scared for you, right? And if you do have discernment and you've chosen the other side, well, then that's on you. I mean, that's on you. And so, do what you got to do. But there shouldn't be any kind of like, words should be soothing, and words should be healing. Like in the end, this is what I want, right? This is what I desire for the end to be, right? Of this whole scenario, is for everybody to have had made their peace with God, know they're going to heaven, right? Everybody, right? For whatever has to happen for people to get right with God and to be thanking God, and for everybody to make it to the kingdom of heaven. I want both sides to win, right? Now, if you have a different scenario other than that, right? Well, then you might want to take a look at that. Yeah, I get it. Not everyone's gonna make it, right? Not everyone's gonna make it, but your desire should be that that everyone makes it. I mean, I get it. There's some things that happen on Earth. It's hard. It's beyond uh, human reconciliation and forgiveness. It's hard, right? It's a divine forgiveness thing, I guess. And I wish I could be there in my spirit. You know, to be there for people like that, but I can't. Some people it's hard, very hard. I can't be there for some people, but it's not my call, right? That's right. It's not my call. It's up to God. Everything's up to God, right? Everything's up to God. It will happen the way it happens, right? And 99% of the time, I don't know if I'm on the right side of it or not. I have to wait to find out. And when it starts lining up with the Bible, I'm like, oh, wow, like I just, not because I'm smart or anything. It's just I just happen to be on the right side of this thing, and that it makes me feel good to get confirmation like that. So don't. I mean, I'm nothing special. There's nothing. There's nothing great about me. Just sometimes, uh, you know, sometimes things work out. I mean, it does help that I read the Word all the time, because like just like subconsciously, I guess I end up doing some stuff, automatically that is the right thing to do. But the thing is I'm not ever thinking of the wrong thing to do. So maybe that helps too. And uh, I don't have animosity in my heart if somebody has more than me, or if somebody has hurt my feelings, and you and they're in your chat for 2 minutes, or half an hour or whatever, right? And then some people are acting like, oh, you're defending somebody that's blah blah blah. Well, maybe they were blah 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 for a second, but I've known some people for 4 years, so whatever. I've known some people 4 years, 1 year, 2 years, right? I've seen people make dumb mistakes that are hard to defend, right? Some things I can't defend, right? But I mean, in today's day and age, it's hard to even walk out your door without consenting to the devil. I mean, shoot, every time you eat a Twinkie, you're consenting to those ingredients. I mean, half the people or I'd say way more than half of the people that eat food don't know what they're even eating. And so, that's one way to consent and open up doors, right? Another way is, through this, whatever medical situation, right? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, nobody's gonna be perfect. And hey, look, if if one like if somebody that I hang out with online, right, that I know personally, right, hurt your feelings or something, right? Well, then work it out. Work it out. And sometimes and sometimes like people need to understand that not every like icon with like a chick name, right, is a chick, right? Sorry for using that term. You know, it could be a a grown woman, or um, an older, more mature lady, right? Like sometimes and I do it all the time too, and nobody's perfect, right? We don't know who we're talking to and what they've been through and what they know, right? And yeah, I'm in my emotions sometimes, and I don't like to do anything when I'm in my emotions. But that's the whole reason why we go to God, right? I couldn't imagine living in this world and not being sure about God, and not being sure about where I'm going, and not being sure about what's going to happen. I mean, if it really was like YOLO, you only live once, and I was sure that something was going to happen where it was like, this is all you get, one shot, and then you get wiped out or something like that. Well, yeah, yeah, I would be probably behaving differently, but because I have eternity, right, to enjoy my life later, right, I don't mind coming on here being a little uncomfortable because, whatever, things are going on, things are being said, right? But I mean, it's obviously not true. I mean, it can't be more obvious that it's not true. I mean, 2 days ago, right, or I don't know how many days ago it was. I'm not good at knowing how long ago things are. But like maybe 4 or 5 days ago, I don't know. There was a video about me being some kind of hero, and God got involved, and or whatever, right? I could have left it like that, and just been okay. I'm a hero, an honest man, blah 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 blah. But sometimes you got, sometimes you gotta stick up for people that are hard to stick up for, right? Because everybody's worth it. And if it was you, I'd stick up for you too. Like, like especially if there was nobody doing it, right? Because we should be empathetic people, right? They can feel for other, you know? I feel for other people when I do people wrong. I feel their feelings. I've tried to reach out to people, like, because I see something in them right away that I'm like, oh, wow, this person is really wanting to know God, right? And I see huge potential in them, and I try to reach out to them. And most of the time they don't. They're not very responsive. I guess I need to hold back on that because sometimes I see people's spirit and potential that, like, wow, this person is going to be like a weapon for God. But like most people I run into are people that aren't like that. That are special right off the bat. They're just you know people that like are underdog type people, right? That I'm like, well, I I uh, I want to give it my best effort to help them get to the other side. And the harder the case, the more I want to do it. And yeah, just imagine the pain we're causing Jesus when we uh, when we do stuff that is just like, you know, that seems like, petty and desperate and like just yucky. And it's creepy, man. It's creepy. Like, I don't want to be creepy. I don't want to be associated with that. Yeah, I tried to reach out to a couple of people to try to pull them, out of it. And it's gonna be what it's gonna be, right? You hope that, like, no one's in a situation where they're scared. Um, where they're scared to be seen at certain places, or whatever, like I would hate to like have, you know grown men be in fear like that. Like I feel for them if that's what it is. But I've had like many people reach out to me. It's you know I wish everybody the best. I hope everybody gets exactly what they desire in life, and I also hope that they find God too. I hope they get everything they want on earth, and I hope that they go to heaven. Right? If that incites a negative reaction, the fact that I desire inside for every single person, right, involved in this situation, right, to get everything they want and go to heaven, then what? What's the problem? Like, what's the deal? I mean, that's something to think about. And hey, if it does incite something bad or negative or whatever, then it does. Sorry, sorry, Cindy. Let me fix. Something happened here. Um, I don't know what I did. Did I? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Just, it's just the message itself because it had my name in it. I don't know why it did that, but yeah. I mean, who? I just think about God. That's all I can. That's all I can do, and all I can do is I really need to like think that I just want really I want everyone to have a great day and to be grateful for what God has done for us, right? God freed us from the law, right? Like basically what that means is that the devil had us like basically uh, was holding the law over our head to like make us slaves in this world, right? Which we are slaves in this world because of consent that we ended up giving the devil over the course of years, right? I say we as in the human people, right? All of us, right? And Jesus freed us from that law, right? Like because of what he did for us, nothing here really matters, right? Like we really should, since we're all born here, we should all share. Like everyone should get an equal share of what's going on, and we should just be chilling until it's time to go to heaven. But you know, it's just crazy. Hey, little Kim. And so, I mean, what do I know? I don't know anything. I'm not special. Don't listen to me, right? Use your discernment. Test all things, right? I don't need to convince you of anything, right? Everything out there is plain to see, right? The problem is, right, is that sometimes when people are doing the wrong thing, they don't see it in themselves, right? And and sometimes uh, those kind of people are in fear to tell them because they might flip out, right? It doesn't mean that you're doing good, that nobody tells you you're doing bad. It's because they're in fear and I don't know, I don't get why, right? Because maybe we need to understand that we're not our little dot on the screen is not us, right? Like we're chilling, drinking coffee, right? Talking in the morning about Jesus and how he fills our spirit with, like we're totally calm and we're enjoying our day and we love God, we love the Lord, right? And it's just it's beautiful, right? I'm not a dot on the screen. What's going on, Mr. Gander? Um, hey, look, and yeah, okay, so you know, whatever. I'm not gonna spot everything. I'm really dependent on people wanting to do the right things for themselves, for their own self-respect, and I can't, even though I might see it coming, or see uh, that a person is going to be um, trying to come at me in a bad way. Sometimes I have to let that person off the hook, right? It doesn't mean that I don't see it. It doesn't mean that I can't do anything about it. It's about I want that person to get, um, I want that person to have a chance to get better. Oh, hey, Shepherd's Voice. Hey, sorry I missed your call the other day, and I really did want to talk to you last night, but you were probably sleeping. But yeah, yeah, I regret missing your call, but um, I did have a good little nap in that middle of the day there, and so that was good. And so yeah, I mean, look, I get it. I mean, look, we've all had run-ins with each other and arguments with each other in here, and yeah, so some, we all have different personalities, right? Some people are super easygoing, and you can get away with saying a lot to them, and some people are, real, not easy to say whatever you want to, right? Some people, I mean, people are all raised different, right? It's like, come on, man, this is the internet, man. It almost seems like it almost seems scripted, with just how people are just doing the same pattern over and over and over and over again, and spinning their wheels and thinking that like progress is being made, and it's not. And and I'm saying that in the world, so that self-centered people don't think I'm talking about them. This whole stream has been about the world, right? It sucks that I have to be clear about that. The whole stream has been about the world and how messed up it is, right? And so, it's just crazy. Yeah, uh, uh, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it anymore. This world has gone so crazy and inverted, right? That it's like people are spinning their wheels, right? Not really getting anything done. And this is what we got to do, right? If you have a soft spirit and a soft heart, right, for people, right, it's going to get damaged. I take a lot of damage, right? Because I put myself out there for people that are hard to defend, right? And yeah, okay, I'm at the point where I'm shaking the dust from my feet from some people or whatever. And yeah, there's times where like, okay, I haven't given, a person any chance at all, only because like circumstances were confusing, right? And maybe send me an email or something. Nobody's reached out to me an email saying that they got banned by accident or don't understand why they got banned. And I would spend the time, right, to tell anybody exactly what the deal is. But I mean, I'm not against anybody ever. I want everybody to make it. It's just sad that you know in the Bible it says very few people will make it, and it's like it's starting to get to the point now where like I'm like really like in one way in one way I feel good when the Bible it gives confirmation, but in another way, there's some things that make me sad that I don't fully understand, and I know that when I get there, right, and trust me, I'm not going to get to heaven because I deserve it. I'm going to get to heaven because of what Jesus Christ did on the cross. That's the whole point, right? But when I get there, I'm sure I'm going to understand what's going on. Maybe at the end of this thing, all the bad guys, right, will will come out and say, "Oh, it was just, it was just a trick. We were just acting." And it was, we're all, we do all make it, or I mean, or, or maybe like everyone will come out and say, you know, I don't know. I mean, it hurts me that anybody in the world gets hurt in any kind of way. I mean, it saddens my heart, to think about people being victimized out there. And what are we fighting over? What are we focused on right now? I mean, there are people being victimized out there. That's. I mean, if we're gonna spend our energy, we should spend our energy either helping people save their soul, right, or helping people that are saved strengthen their character, right, or calling out evil so that other people don't get victimized, right? But to go after the lowest common denominator, for the lowest thing, right? It's like, okay, like, I don't think that's productive. Like, let's go get those big fish. Let's, or medium fish at least, or somebody that's actually doing something to physically harm somebody. Like, let's go. I mean, this world is just so crazy. And like everyone thinks that the world is about them. And what's hard is that, like, there's probably like 1,000 people watch. Like, though, if 1,000 people watch this, right, there would be like 12 people in there that'll think, oh, that's about me in there that they're talking about. Like, there's people that hear songs from the Beatles, right, and go, "Oh, that song is about me. They're talking about me," right? But they're not talking about you. It's just better if you just. Why would you come somewhere where you hate to watch something that you hate to be hateful? Go somewhere that you enjoy, right? To go enjoy it and to be a joy. Or uh, go somewhere where people are being victimized and call it out. I mean, the last thing you want to do is, try to smear good people that are trying to bring some light and some joy in this world, right? And if you don't like me, then go away. I mean, what else can I say? I don't want you here. I don't go to places I don't like. You know. I mean, sure. It's hard to stay away from a car accident. Everybody likes drama, right? But I don't like it enough to be involved in it. I mean, it really is such a small, insignificant way to be. Especially when you're going after people that are harmless. You know. And so, all you're doing is hurting the future people that might benefit from that person. And so, it is what it is. Yeah, you really have the power to change nothing but yourself. You got if you're gonna change the world, you got to start with you. And trust me, like, I'm not the type of person that minimizes anything, right? If I make like a small mistake, I think of it as being big. But like in the scheme of things, there's nothing really in my life I need to be like, horrifically upset about that it happened, that it got me where I am today. But even from what I was there at that point, right? Like, my whole job is to try to get better. Not not that I've gotten better and it's all over and I don't need to improve anymore. I try to get better every day. And if I get something wrong or make a mistake or whatever, then I make a mistake. But if people want to be hateful and watch me and that's like that's some pretty sick behavior. Like what's so interesting about me that you're just like so focused? Leave me to my 9 to 12 people or whatever, and we'll have our good time over here, and encourage each other to get through the day, and we'll do our thing to get and whoever is interested in doing that can come here, no matter what they think I feel about them. They could come here and start fresh. But right now, with things being confusing the way it is, maybe it'll be a little bit, you know. And so any reasonable person would understand to give it some time, right? Give it a month or more, right? And if somebody's unreasonable that why it should take that long, then their intentions weren't good in the first place. Just come here and listen, and then we'll get you fixed up to come in. But there's people that I haven't even affected their status here. It's still good. It sucks that there are probably some innocent, lovely people that probably ended up, maybe getting caught up in it or something like that. And I'm not better than anybody else. So it is what it is. Well, hey, me too, Lil Kim, but like the way I look at it is like the Bible is like my truth to run things through to protect me. And so I just test everything, right? I mean, it could be that somebody else is right and I'm not right, but I don't look at it as right and wrong. I look at it as that, like, I have full trust in that Bible, right? 100%. And I'm never going to have a perfect understanding of it, right? I'm just a human being with a little peanut head or whatever, I'm not that smart. And so God has the perfect understanding of it. And really, instead of digging into like what I think is the events, right? There's people that do study the Bible where that is their job to do that. Like, but I use the Bible as a shield. Like the truth can protect good people. And so, if you're a preacher, believer, then that's fine. You're welcome here. And that's great. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Jay Blunt. I kind of missed you being first. Like I missed you being first, but I'm glad you made it. It's the tail end. I gotta round it out. But it was my fault for being late yesterday, and usually I'm pretty consistent, but I haven't been. But I'm sure that people understand that when there's stuff going on. I've been a prayer warrior the last few days, but I pray all the time anyway, so it's nothing I want credit for. It's just what I love to do. So, but oh, that's cool. Yeah, if you want to watch it, over, that's cool. But I do enough of these where there's going to be one tomorrow. I mean, I always view that each show. I mean, okay, once in a while I'll hit a good subject and kind of nail it and sound pretty good. But really, each show is just has its own nuance to just encourage the people that are in here, and maybe we can sharpen up on something. Maybe if there's a new truth, we can talk about it here in a safe environment. Sometimes I have to go to some pretty hairy channels, man, where there's nothing good over there, probably demons flying everywhere, right? But got to get the information and bring it back here. I mean, that's the only way to do it. But lately, I've just been avoiding a lot of places that, like, I don't want any negative energy. So, like, if like the longer you stay in a sick environment, the sicker you get. So if you're always hearing negative stuff and negative, it could wear on you. And so, I just try to stay where there's positive stuff going on. But hey, it's getting few and far between now. Nowadays. I mean, should we've even had people that walk in here with Bibles. Like, not everyone holding the Bible it believes in God either. Like there's people that have come here. They try to trap you like a Pharisee, ask you a question that they want their answer when they ask you a question, so that they could try to trap you somehow. And that's what the Pharisees try to do to Jesus. And it's like, there's nothing new under the sun. Either people are going to come at you with like a Pharisee type spirit, or they're going to come with the spirit of a serpent to try to twist and turn and give their interpretation of what you're saying, instead of, hey, look, just play what I said, and let people have their own interpretation of that. You know, your thoughts on that aren't any more intelligent than anybody else, right? And so, you got the serpent, or you got the Pharisees. And if you're not one of those two things, right? If you're in the middle, right, you should feel pretty good that you're doing the right thing, and and you'll get confirmation from people that's what's happening, and so like you could tell by the quality of the Bible knowledge in your group, and so I mean nobody's better than anybody. It's just some of us are more prepared for the end, and I'm not like there like anybody there's far better people than me that they need Jesus, they need God, right? And to get themselves straightened out, right? And there's people far worse than me that need God, right? Everyone needs God, right? And so yeah, so I'm not saying that just because we're in the good spirit, meaning that means that we're better. That's not what that means. That just means that you're on the right track. If the majority of the people hate you, you're trying to get the people are trying to trap you like a Pharisee, and people are twisting and turning and telling stories about you, right? Then that's exactly where you want to be, right? And if I got to go through some emotions, because people have opinions about me, or they want to be, you know, hateful or whatever, then I guess I got to be that example that God is showing people what's going on, and it's giving them an opportunity to, why not me? I'm not, hey, I mean, of course I want, of course I want, like, all my enemies to be at peace with me, right? Of course, right? And eventually that will happen. God promises that, But, God also warned us that the world would hate us, And so, that means the majority of the world, And so it sucks, but, you know, it's confirmation. And anytime the Bible is confirmed, right, I feel good in that sense, right? But of course, I don't want anything negative happen to anybody in the world, But negative things have to happen for the Bible to be true, right? So, I mean, because it's written in there that that's just what's going to happen. And so it happening, is, confirmation that what we get in the end is real too. And so, not that I have any questions about that. It's just for like the person who doesn't have the Holy Spirit in them, that doesn't know, right? Like, so that they could see, hey, look, maybe if all these things are happening and this is being confirmed, maybe heaven's for me too, And if we stop focusing on, winning and losing, and this person's this person's that, and focus just on like our own salvation with fear and trembling, right? We would just be nicer people to be around, right? If I know people right now, right, that are like probably hated by the world, right? Like just hated out there, right? That if they came to the truth and gave themselves to God, like in a very dedicated way, right? and we're honest and and change their behavior, right? Like there would be no stop to the amount of support they would get, emotionally, financially, whatever they want, right? I mean, me, I just like emotional support, but they would get everything they want if they would just submit to God and the truth and stop the crap. I mean, but I mean, hey, sometimes people feed off the negative stuff. They get some kind of energy from it or whatever. And so, it is what it is. It is what it is. And, so many demons come at me every day. I can't even keep up. There's more than one, so don't feel special, you know. Um, so anyway, I will let you guys go. I'm glad that everybody is here. I'm grateful for the company this morning, and I'll just say that God bless you and praise Jesus for His sacrifice and His grace. I pray that even our enemies find peace today and come to God and get honest and maybe spend their time loving on each other instead of hating on whatever else. And so yes, we all have to face God is only going to let people trying to do righteous stuff here, right? Like God's only going to allow abuse over here to us for so long before it gets dealt with. And so, for people to think that God is not a factor on earth right now, like to me, I find that find that I just don't get why people think that God's not like working it on earth in life today. He is, and it's obvious. But anyway, so God bless you guys. Praise Jesus for His sacrifice and His grace, of course, right? I'm nothing without Him. And I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. And see you later. Thank you.